Hello and welcome to Fish on Northwest. Duane Inglin, Tommy Donlin.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Hunting, fishing is my kind of style.
9 feet out behind me right now, so put your stopper up there on your mono.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a slow grind in the morning, you know, and that happens sometimes.
When you present it, you're sweeping it over an area. Now, when you get these big, wide areas,
Yeah, those are the new Columbia River pop from McKay crab and shrimp here.
Picking wild berries off God's land. And drinking my
There we go.
Yes, indeed.
Nicely done, buddy.
hunting, fishing.
That's a beautiful fish, Duane. Nicely done.
Thanks for rolling me into him, Mike.
Sir.
When it gets hot, I'm proud of all the things that I've got. I'm digging in moss bags up in the sand, and after work a cold beer in my hand.
Hello and welcome to Fish on Northwest. Duane Inglin, Tommy Donlin. Yes, the general himself, Mr. Bill Herzog, or as I referred to this week, Bronchitis Bill.
That would be me, yes.
Yeah.
I'm having shirts and hats made.
Yes, but that's a great logo. Bronchitis Bill, brought to you by
B squared.
something inhaler. Yeah. Well, at least you're upright and breathing.
Still, yes, I'm a bit amazed for 45 years.
And yes, and you're good enough to go tomorrow. We're fishing tomorrow.
That's
which
right.
We'll get into.
Yes,
so
sir.
absolutely. Hey, want to welcome everybody to today's program. We got a great show lined up. It's all about fishing, fellas. Literally, when we look at it, talk about it, it's
I like
it's
fishing.
springtime, as we know.
It's go time.
It is go time,
It
Tommy.
is.
Well said.
It is.
Yes. And we did just that this past week so far. We have more days before the week is done, but you know, a little surprise action on the Kokanee Lake,
Yeah.
which was like, holy,
Didn't see that coming out.
did not.
Man.
That was a full-on pivot the morning of, and let's go see what we can do. And you know, lots going on there that we get to share for today's program. And then, of course, you're living under a rock if you're not following the fact that we had a phenomenal blackmouth open
Banger.
up there in Area
Yep.
10. Now, Area 11. I don't know if you got reports from folks. Bill and I have been talking to a handful of folks. A lot of people struggled at Area 11.
Right, right. Just fish here, fish there.
Yeah,
Mm.
very scattered. But man, our Ray Marine Axiom 2 Pro screen, Tommy,
Lit up.
looked like a video game yesterday.
Yeah.
Or you would have thought it
Yeah.
was on demo mode.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Right.
Bait ball after bait
Oh,
ball.
it was, you know, we marked a little bait, not as much
Yeah.
as I would have thought of with that
Oh.
big outgoing tide pushing
Uh-huh.
like up onto the, you know,
Yeah. Okay.
the flat there out in front of Jeff Head.
Yeah.
But the fish were there.
Fish were there.
The fish were hanging, and we had a lot of suspended fish. We'll talk about that a little later in the show, exactly what
okay.
we finally determined what was going on there at different depths and what we had going on. But let's back up to that Kokanee outing.
Wow.
A little bit of a Kokanee surprise, as I call it. The first
Mm-hmm.
one came in on a Brad's Wee Wiggler, Tommy, as I told you, a metallic pink.
There we go.
Put him out there on a leaded rod, 1 ounce lead dropper, thinking we're just going to catch and release trout and have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
That brings us to this week's peak outdoor moment of the week. So, and we figured this is down 20 to 25, so that might.
Yep.
Ooh. Yeah, little guy.
You get a look at him? Oh, heck yeah. All right, letting this one out. Are we straight? No, not yet. Okay.
I didn't want to say anything until I got it in, but look at that.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
On the plug.
You got a freaking kokanee.
Down.
Are you
wait.
kidding me?
Yeah, look at that. On the plug.
What is happening here?
Yeah.
All right, everything's at 25 now.
Okay, well, there we go. I literally saw that thing roll behind the boat, and before I said
You've
anything,
got
I'm
to
like,
be
gosh, that
kidding me.
looks like a kokanee, but I'm going to wait on that. I'll be darned. How
You've
about
got to be
that,
kidding.
huh?
I
There you
think we
go.
went through a little batch of them.
Pink. Well, there you go. Peak outdoor moment of the week. Little kokanee surprise.
That's awesome.
You hear
And
Justin's reaction?
And that wasn't the only one.
Oh, no. That was the first one, which I fully expected on the Brad's Wee Wiggler, dragging him out there 80 feet behind the boat,
Yep.
1 ounce dropper, 6 feet pinned up in front of the plug. that it's got to be a rainbow. Why wouldn't it be a rainbow, Bill? 20 feet down, right?
And the way it's been the last couple of years, American Lake has been a black hole for kokanee fishing.
Yes.
And
Lots of rainbow.
Almost no expectations anymore at all with what happens. This is the greatest news as far as I'm concerned. I think, honestly, I think it's the best news I've heard about any fishing happening anywhere.
Yeah.
Because my home lake, come on, man.
Yeah.
This is great.
All right. So much to get to as we walk through today's program. Running down the show. As you may have noted, Bill Herzog, a.k.a. Bronchitis Bill, is in studio. We're going to discuss early spring kokanee success and some comparisons to what we did back in the day. Then FHN on the water, unplanned outing results in great success. Parts 1, 2, and 3. You guys are going to see exactly how we pulled it together in not so favorable conditions. And then, of course, Blackmouth season is finally here. Winter Blackmouth in April, boys. Will this be the new norm? We're going to discuss the benefits of and reasons why. And then, of course, lots going on still in Olympia. Legislators are aggressive in raising our license fees for fishing and hunting. All the while, they continue to not fund existing programs. What can we as a fishing community do? We're going to lead you down that path because there is some action that we need to take. Jumping out for a quick break. We'll be right back with more kokanee discussion with Mr. Bronchitis himself, Bill Herzog.
All Defiance boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why all boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. All Defiance boats come standard with large fish boxes that are fully insulated so that you can ice your fish properly all day. All Defiance boats are foam flotation filled and unsinkable for the ultimate in safety while fishing offshore. Before you buy any boat, stop by or call Defiance Boats today to ensure you are getting the very best glass boat your money can buy.
All right, welcome. And boy, lots to get to, as I had mentioned. And I want to start out, Bill. So, what a phenomenal week. Kokanee fishing, blackmouth fishing, things are happening. Weather's going to be phenomenal tomorrow as we roll into it. But I want to talk about back in the day. Okay, it was March 31st. We go out there on a blustery day, wind coming and going, rain, squalls coming through, cold. We start finding kokanee. And of course, we know they're shallow. And part of my kokanee on a budget seminars this year at the sportsman shows was in fact doing exactly what I put out there the other day. Yeah, we were on the downrigger, but we're fishing shallow. But to show that you can use lead, 1 ounces, 6 to 8 feet out in front of your presentation, and you're finding kokanee in that water column at that 20 to 25 foot depth, which is completely achievable without downriggers. And we're finding early season kokanee. Thinking back, what is the earliest time of year you would even venture out to the lake to start truly targeting kokanee? I mean, we're talking March 31st.
Right. I'm thinking end of April, first part of May. Always. May was always. And the little brochures you used to get all the time from the Department of Fish and Game back then. It had a whole thing that says May is silver time.
Right.
And they call them silver trout. My silver trout time was May. It was always, everybody started fishing in May.
You know, kokanee is like a mystical little critter to me. I don't fully understand yet.
They still are.
And you know, what's interesting to me is you have a kokanee, and they're just like some cultist organizations around this fish.
For sure.
The kokanee junkies, you know, and I think their cult, you know, probably rivals that of the Swifties. And
not even,
you know, and so
not
like,
even close.
We have better music.
You know, I've never really dove in deep because I, you know, between hunting and the saltwater, it's hard for me to find time to do additional things. But I've never dove deep into, you know, all the data and the techniques of kokanee fishing. But, you know, I come to understand that there is a difference between your east side lakes and your west side lakes.
Yes, sir.
And I've been told, I wouldn't know from experience, but I've been told that, you know, that the bite turns on differently at different times of the year. And the west side lakes typically, traditionally, they don't fish as well or have those biters in the winter or early spring. What can you tell us about that difference between the two?
It's location, and I think altitude has a lot to do with it also. The west side lakes are just above sea level to maybe 1,000 feet high on a rare occasion. All over on the east side, we're talking like Roosevelt and all the big places over there, they're at 1,500, 1,800 feet up, and there it gets so much colder. The water is so much colder, and it stays cold for so long. It just comes, the fish just have to bite eventually, you know, and the techniques you have to use because there's no thermoclines yet. So they're all up high, and it's a whole different way of fishing that we're still learning how to catch them over there. But over here, as soon as the water warms a little bit quicker, and like Duane was saying, when they start these 10 to 15, 20 feet down, when you get the thermoclines going, when it's the 52-degree thing you're looking for, 48, 52, it happens quicker over here.
Oh, quicker over here.
Yeah,
Okay.
it does.
Okay.
Yeah. And that leads me into thinking, so what are your thoughts? It's like we roll into May. For me, June is like full on go time. They're about, they have achieved almost as big as they're going to be in most bodies of water. And we seem to be able to target them easier. They start schooling up May, June, right?
Yes,
May.
right.
And just they strap the feed bag on. They're just going for it, right? Water temperature change.
Right. And what their feed comes on, like we talked about the euphausiids, the small shrimp that happen. The same thing happens with the Daphnia.
Right.
They start blooming and start growing from microscopic to big enough to eat right about when the thermocline starts forming.
Yeah.
And you'll see those fish coming in and out of the thermocline, in and out, up into the colder water, then back down again. And that's where we find them. And over here, you see it on the west side a lot more.
Yeah.
You know, that's really fascinating because when I tuna fish, I also see the thermocline.
Right.
And if you've got a really warm, like surface layer of water that's in that like 66, 67, like really warm and above that, those tuna don't like to hang out above that thermocline. They will sit below it, but they will come through it to feed,
right,
and then go back down. And so remind us again. So that bloom that you're talking about and kind of the setting up of the thermoclines, when does it happen on the west side? When does it happen on the east side?
Well, the east side it happens, but slowly because water warms so slowly. And it's interesting, like you said, when the water gets warmer on the west side first, right? And they'll come up into the warmer water and then get back out into the cooler. Well, all of a sudden in the middle of summertime, you have that flip.
Yep.
And the water down below will be cool. It's the other way around. You know, the water down here is warmer, and they'll just go the other direction.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The other thing too, when those reservoirs fish well in the cold months, one thing we got to remember is reservoirs are always moving.
Right.
Lakes are stagnant. So thermoclines build in lakes uncharacteristically like they do in reservoirs. Reservoirs, it's a totally different game because of the moving water. Now, Tommy, your point's valid because people think we don't have thermoclines that build in salt water because of the movement of water. That's not true. And if you're not ever finding that or not seeing that, it's because you don't adjust your gain.
You got to adjust your electronics.
Yep. So dial in your gain, bring it up if you 12, 15%. So it's not a bunch of chatter and scatter, but it's refined in like the thermocline, or you can refer to it in some instances like in Puget Sound, a feed band. Like you find that feed band, those fish are up and down, and all of a sudden, why am I catching all these fish at 75 feet? Why am I catching all these Chinook at 95 feet and 200 feet of water? There's a reason for that. So real quickly, Bill, as we roll into this early season, we'll say a May fishery versus an August fishery. Top two colors for presentation, top two scent or bait.
Well, early, it seems to be even a year-round kind of thing. If a guy's stuck with pink and orange, you do pretty well.
Absolutely.
And throw a little glow in UV in somewhere in the beads or the blades, whatever you do, any combination thereof, but it's up to you to figure out what they want. But I think if you start with those four key things, orange, pink, UV, and glow, I think you'll do just fine.
Guess what we had the other day?
What do you know?
Everything came on orange and pink. All right. Excellent information, my friend. So glad we could walk down that path. Hopefully a few folks are going to venture out in the next couple of weeks, get on some of this early season because it's happening already.
Yes,
it's only going to get better, and they're only going to get bigger. Things to look forward to. Jumping out for a quick break. We come back. We'll show you exactly what the Mr. Himself, Justin Martin, and I were able to pull out in the boat on a local lake here in Pierce County just a couple days ago, right after this break.
All Defiance boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why all boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. All Defiance boats come standard with large fish boxes that are fully insulated so that you can ice your fish properly all day. All Defiance boats are foam flotation filled and unsinkable for the ultimate in safety while fishing offshore. Before you buy any boat, stop by or call Defiance Boats today to ensure you are getting the very best glass boat your money can buy.
Start your outdoor adventure at SportGo and Outdoor Emporium, 2 locations with the best selection of name brand outdoor gear at affordable warehouse pricing. Over 60,000 different items to fit in your adventure, like Gamakatsu fishing gear, premium grade high carbon steel hooks, Gamakatsu custom designed fillet and boning knives to tackle and storage containers. Gamakatsu, simply the best. Maximize your outdoor adventure with the right gear at SportGo and Outdoor Emporium, Fife and Seattle.
Alrighty, well here we are. Justin,
What's up, buddy?
how are you?
Good to see you, man.
So this is not the salt water.
No, definitely not.
We pulled in to our normal launch and the water was into the parking lot. Now look, we knew there'd be a huge outgoing tide this morning,
Right.
but I didn't really, that wasn't on my radar. Maybe I didn't look, but I had no idea that, you know, the high tide was going to be so high. We're there at 7 o'clock. It is in the parking lot.
It was in the park. It's going to be a big swing today.
So I'm not backing my truck into the salt water to go chase blackmouth and hopefully scratch one out. So hey man, complete 180.
Pivot.
Back to the house. Unloaded a little bit of gear, grabbed the Kokanee and trout rods, grabbed the Kokanee and trout gear, and here we are at our beloved lake in Pierce County that you and I haven't fished for a number of years.
Oh my goodness, it's been a long, long time.
So,
Can't wait.
We're gonna go out here and see what we can find. Maybe we'll scratch out a Kokanee or two. The rainbow are definitely out here. People have been having fun with that. So yeah, that's the deal for today. Trout and Kokanee and whatever else we can muster. Gonna bring that to you. Here we go.
Oh, perfect.
Let's go. The whole time.
Yeah.
Crawfish.
I'll let you lather it up. I don't have gloves on.
Yeah. So. That on the old belly here, probably not that much.
Trolling at 0.9. I love it.
Yeah, if the wind doesn't pick up too much, you know, we'll be able to
Perfect right now.
kind of cruise along here. That crawfish is so strong.
It smells.
Scent-wise, right?
Yep.
I just, you know, putting gear out, going a little faster when you're trying to get all the
Oh,
gear
100%.
out.
I usually drop it. I usually go to like 2 when
Gets
I'm
it behind
dropping
the
it.
boat faster, you know, so.
These fish are going to be a
Okay,
little
I can swing
lethargic
this
today.
Back over a little bit. Try to go straight out the boat. Kick this
All right.
one over.
See what that does. 1.3. I think at 1.2 in the dot. Let's see what happens. 1.2. Magic number. Magic number. We're fishing, buddy.
Yeah, we are. Nothing?
Yeah, there's fish. Little guy.
Little guy on there. Okay. I'm gonna sit here and eat this smoked fish.
Maybe.
Is he gone?
Can't tell. If it is, it's small. Like real small.
Probably a perch. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything.
Nope, nothing. That was a bite for sure.
All right, we'll rebait.
Rebaiter. That was 25.
Okay.
All right.
Start.
All right, here we go, baby.
Huh? That doesn't look like he's
Still on there?
Nope.
He might be. Yeah, he's on there.
Let me look.
Whatever it is, little.
He is. Oh, he is on there. He is tiny.
Little guy.
Yeah. So this is the weighted one, Justin. So we figure it's.
Okay, I might go to a half ounce on the other.
Yeah, this is an ounce.
I'm only doing a 70-foot setback on this one.
We're about 80 feet back and running that wee wiggler by Brad. So we got here in this back part of this water here on the turn. We got hit on the downrigger, and you had that one at 25 feet, right?
25 on the dot.
Okay, and we figured this is down 20 to 25, so that might.
Yep.
Ooh. Yeah, little guy.
You get a look at him? Oh, heck yeah. All right, letting this one out. Are we straight? No, not yet. Okay.
I didn't want to say anything until I got it in, but look at that.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
On the plug.
You got a freaking kokanee.
On
Are
the plug,
you
on
kidding me?
Yeah, look at that. On the plug.
What is happening here?
Yeah.
All right, everything's at 25 now.
Okay, well, there we go. I literally saw that thing rolling behind the boat, and before I said
You've
anything,
got
I'm like,
to be
gosh, that
kidding me.
looks like a kokanee, but I'm going to wait on that.
Defiance Marine is the one-stop shop for the Pacific Northwest angler. Defiance Marine guarantees the best price on a new and best service on a repower for your current boat. Defiance Marine is a Honda Premier dealership and one of the largest on the West Coast. Defiance Marine is a boat dealer who proudly sells Defiance, Allied, and Arima boats. All boats are built by West Coast fishermen for West Coast fishermen. Defiance Marine has all your boating needs to help you get out on the water.
The Northwest premier upland bird hunting destination. Located along the beautiful Umatilla River in eastern Oregon. Fully guided bird hunts with expert guides and top-notch dogs. Enjoy comfortable accommodations and gourmet meals at the Riverview Lodge. Book your sensational hunting experience with Horseshoe Curve Outdoors.
Great? No, not yet. Okay.
I didn't want to say anything until I got it in, but look at that.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
On the plug.
You got a freaking kokanee.
On
Are
the plug,
you
on weight.
kidding me?
Yeah, look at that. On the plug.
What is happening here?
Yeah.
All right, everything's at 25 now.
Okay, well, there we go. I literally saw that thing rolling behind the boat, and before I said
You've
anything,
got
I'm like,
to be
gosh, that
kidding me.
looks like a kokanee, but I'm going to wait on that. I'll be darned. How
You've
about
got to be
that,
kidding.
huh?
Well, I
you
think
go.
we went through a little batch of them.
Pink. Wee wiggler on that
A little
dude.
14-inch Coke.
So I got a 1 ounce on there. So yeah, we're down 20 to 25. So that might be.
Come on, little buddy.
And that had the crayfish, the Potskey's Fire Gel crayfish on there. Okay, so we got a target depth. All right, 5 feet.
Yep, you got him. You got him. You got him. You got him.
Oh, look at that dude. Really?
Find the number. Net or no?
What's going on? Oh, this drag came loose.
What do you think?
We'll see. Boy, he was hammering it, huh?
Oh.
Did that just get bumped?
Oh, you did. Unless that's yours. It could have been yours.
No.
The flatliner. Keep an eye on all those rods now.
No, it can't be on the clip. It is on the clip. What the? Well, I buried it in that clip, but I didn't think it was going to not come out.
Here,
like
tell me again, what was that depth?
Oh, see, it got wrapped up. Here, Justin, hold it. Oh, there we go.
You got
now
him
it comes off. 25 exactly.
Okay, 22.
I literally had that down for 30 seconds.
That wasn't
That's a kokanee.
Are you kidding me?
No, it's kokanee.
Where's the net?
Get the net. 25 feet.
Keep her. I'm going between.
Yeah.
Gotta be kidding me. Yep. Coke number 2.
Ooh, look at that dude too. At this time of year? Look at that. Okay, drop the net
so
down a little
excited.
bit. Let me see if I can get this out of here. Oh, on the orange hoochie, it's the Brad's Twisted Sister Dodger, which is a great color for kokanee. So, okay, so we're at 22 to 25 feet. Hey, that's becoming...
That is a gorgeous fish.
Look at that belly on that guy for this time of year. Holy smokes. Open that hatch, buddy.
Yep.
Throwing them in there.
All clear here.
Look at that. Boy.
Pop that gill, D.
Yeah.
All right, ADD's kicking in.
I know. Now it's like...
Now I'm going to be switching every 2
dialed.
seconds here.
Okay.
All right, Jordan, if I don't get bit on this pass, we're switching up again.
There we go. Kokanee blood all over my coffee cup.
Fantastic. You got
Here,
more job
I
in
want
there?
you to drink on that right now because... Yeah, I do. Look
Oh,
at
that's good. Omegas.
That will taste fantastic. All right, so... Dude, that was down like 30 seconds.
If that, 15.
And... Yeah, right at 25 feet. And one thing I didn't check was my battery on my line counter on the downrigger, but
You know that's where
I
you
went
were.
out. I went out 50 feet because we don't want to get it back where our surface rods are. You know,
Yeah.
don't want to. And went down 25 feet on the reel, using that as my line counter, and that was. Okay, remember what I put on there. I think I put the krill anise and 1 maggot. I did. I put the krill anise corn, pink corn.
Do I have the, which one did I put on here? The crawdad?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they may want the sweetness of the anise this early part of the year. We'll find out. I'm going to put that back out. Tip it with 1 white maggot. Two corn, 1 maggot. Okay, we'll try this again. 50 feet back, 25 feet down. That's just a little orange over pink with a gold maxillary smile blade. Probably.
You were going 1.5.
Yeah, going into this corner, that wind picked up, so I bumped the speed a little bit. And
stay over here, baby. Stay over here, you little turkey.
That other one. What do you got?
I don't know.
That's coming in like a rainbow.
It's coming in like
Not
a rainbow.
spinning
Well,
at
it's
all.
a big rainbow, whatever
That
it
is a
is.
bigger rainbow.
Well, she's going to be hand lined.
Look at that thing, huh? There you go.
You want a rainbow? That's
Not
a
really.
chunker.
Let's see it. See it on that plug.
Oh,
That is a big rainbow.
it's a fat fish.
Let me see. Turn around.
Oh, God.
Turn around. Look at that.
That's a chunker.
Look at that thing, huh?
That's a chunker.
On that Brad's plug.
You want to get her back in?
Yeah, well,
You got pliers? Oh,
yeah, right here.
Before I stab myself.
Yeah, boy.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Justin, we're just coming back into that area.
I told you.
Oh,
There's
there
another.
we go. We got a double.
We got a double. Net's coming down.
He may not be there. He
No,
hit it.
he didn't stick. All right.
So we're
let's
just
keep
literally back in that area where we picked up that first fish on the plug this morning. 25 feet, magic number once again. Hopefully there's a Coke.
Is it shaking like one?
Yeah, it feels like he's spinning. Oh yeah,
You can tell once I see him.
yeah. I've not done this for quite some time, so this is
I told you we dropped that speed down. Wham.
yeah. Well, that wind.
You gonna hand line him? You want me to net him?
Oh, look at him. He's spinning like a kokanee.
Yeah, he sure is.
I gotta assume.
I'll tell you in a second. That's a Coke.
Yeah.
Not as big.
No, it looks a little smaller. Those other ones are 13.
All right. Bring him right up here.
I'm trying. So this bigger presentation seems to be grabbing these kokanees. Here we go. That's about the same as we've been,
Yeah,
huh?
oh, that ain't bad.
Huh?
That ain't bad.
Dead handle up, or you're gonna hit the back. There you go.
Got her?
Hold on. Let's go there. There we go.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, man.
What a
Look at the belly
gorgeous
on this
fish.
guy.
Well,
Yeah, so we went to a little bigger profile
safe to say we found him.
on the hoochies, and this is a double pattern. Again, I got orange on the inside of that pink. Max Smile Blade, 0.08. And for this, look at that's a hatchery one too.
That's insane.
They don't. I mean, you get some out here with a fin, but yeah. So, gosh, you know, I'll take that, man. End of March on this lake. Grabbing a few of these already, so like it.
Coming at you.
Oh.
A Northwest favorite for almost 40 years, Arima boats are manufactured with pride in Bremerton, Washington. All Arima boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why Arima boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. Arima can offer every boat with Honda outboard packages so that you can take advantage of the reliability and 5-year top-to-prop warranty from your Honda outboard. Call or stop by Arima Boats today and let them help you get into your very next boat.
You haven't been here, but you know it. You've heard the sounds, smelt the air, and seen where your heart lands, if not yet. You haven't been here, but you've longed for a destination near or far. A place where discovery and history thrive for young eyes and old alike. You haven't been here, but you're on your way to a place not far. ExploreTheDalles.com.
I make my living catching fish, not only as a tournament angler, but as a guide as well. Catching fish is important, and Gamakatsu hooks for me, you know, they kind of help take the luck out of fishing a little bit just because they're a high quality hook. Obviously have a really good reputation for being very strong and very sharp. Gamakatsu, I use their products every day in the boat and, you know, big part of my success.
Oh, who knows?
Look at it. Look at my fish finder right now.
I bet those are Cokes.
Go back 100 feet.
Yep.
I do like fishing 5 rods though.
It's kind of fun, actually, to be honest.
Well, if you can keep your gear straight, which we're doing.
I'm shocked we haven't tangled.
Well, we're not fighting a lot of wind.
No.
And our setbacks, and you know, depending if it's surface rod or on going to depth on the downrigger. So it's all about stacking and big sweeping turns. And you can pull it off.
Yeah, you're doing it.
The lead rods are doing pretty good actually, as far as getting bit. Multiple rods like this is because you put out a number of different presentations and that, you know, see what they really go after. It took us no time to figure out they wanted a bigger profile.
Nope.
So we took off all the small stuff, right? And also figured out our depth at 24 to 25. Seems to be consistent right now.
On right there. I'm going to grab him.
Downrigger?
Yep.
Okay, get him.
Oh.
Oh. Did you go deeper on that one?
No, I brought it back up.
You brought it back up to 25?
Yep. It actually feels like a decent fish.
We're marking all them fish at 50, 60, but man.
You want to grab that
buggers
rod,
will not
Papa?
bite. I'll get it out of the way.
Thanks,
yeah.
buddy.
Yep. Okay, so that's on that bigger pink hoochie again.
Yep, same one. He came back on it. He hit it twice.
Be a kokanee. Justin likes those rainbows.
No, Justin likes those kokanee.
I don't know what the deal is.
There we go. Now she's. It could be. Easy. Easy. Yeah, I'll let you know in a sec.
Is it rolling? Spinning?
Yeah, it's spinning.
Doing its thing?
Get a look at her first. Yeah, net me. I think we got a Coke. What do you think? Oh, stay off of there.
Oh,
we got a Coke. There we go, baby.
Kokanee.
Coconutty.
We love it. That's and we went bigger profile. This one has, get a hook in my finger. So this has the hoochie with the spin glow. I said, well, let's continue to go bigger profile, and sure enough.
Bigger is better.
Here, you take care of this. Our speed's jumped up
Gotcha.
a little bit.
Yep.
Knock this down.
A good one too.
Yeah?
Oh, baby, come on. It's that crawdad scent, Duane.
Well, and that bigger profile. So that's the biggest profile we got on with that hoochie and that spinning glow.
I say we go big on all of them here.
Well,
just got to keep them out of that line over
feeling
there.
pretty good.
Solid, just like the rest of them. Definitely acting kokanee.
Oh, that looks like a kokanee.
Oh boy, she's on this. Yep, that's a Coke. Got to keep her off the line here.
There you
Am I
go.
under? There we go.
Off that other rod. Yeah.
Look at that.
You under?
That's finesse.
That's for that. Is that what that? Oh, look at that.
That's a Coke.
Yeah, for sure.
It's got to be easy
Come
here.
on now. Nice and easy on it.
Nice and easy. Boy, I love these drop shot hooks.
Mm-hmm. Game changer.
That's a dandy.
Oh, I'm chasing it.
There she is.
Oh, gosh.
Look at that one. That's.
They always look. Every time we land one, it's like they keep looking bigger.
So fun.
Pretty consistent in size, though.
But I think that's the nicest one.
Well, sure it is. You caught it.
That's right.
You know, that's how that works. Looked like a kokanee for a second.
That's a Coke.
I think it is. Little guy.
That's right. Elite.
Yeah, same size as
Yep. A little smaller.
the rest.
No,
Oh, just come off the gear too. Look at I downside. This is that one we
You
put a
went
smaller
smaller.
presentation, and I went with black. I went black and a gold blade just for contrast to see if maybe that's going to get them out because we haven't been bit in a while.
What was your depth on that one?
That was 25.
Never in the downrigger. That's a Coke, dude.
You think?
I think so. No, I think it's a kokanee, Duane. That's a freaking Coke.
And you were letting it out.
Yep.
You did not even get it, and you just put that lure on.
Come on, little guy. But I'll take him.
On the surface.
On the surface.
Huh.
The fish you can't see on your depth finder.
Right.
That's about 10, 11 inches. They like that garlic, bud.
Yeah, the tuna garlic.
It's crazy. A nice little Coke right there.
That came out of the clip?
No, never got in the clip. Surface.
So you got another one letting it out.
Letting it out. Sitting there.
It looks like a little guy.
Yeah, it's...
You were...
He's scrappy.
Yeah, so you were getting ready to put it in the clip.
Want me to hand line this one? That might be a rainbow.
He's
acting kokanee-ish though.
Looks like kokanee.
That's a Coke.
Oh yeah.
Well,
that's another one on the surface.
Here we go. Okay, say a prayer.
Get it.
Say a prayer.
Don't lose it.
Come on.
Go!
Oh, baby.
On the surface.
Well, I think I know how I'm fishing the rest of the day.
I'd like to take note of the lure.
You gotta be kidding me. Look at
that.
this.
Nice job.
Unbelievable.
Was that the tuna garlic again?
That was tuna garlic. I
Here's
swear
that
that
rain I
scent
told you that was coming.
is just.
Oh yeah, and the wind.
Come on, little buddy. Get out of there.
Hey,
there we go.
Wind and rain doesn't matter.
Wind and rain. Let's show yourself to the camera, little friend.
Yeah.
Look at that. They're so pretty.
How about that wind right
They're
now?
so pretty.
Holy cow, are you kidding me? Ooh, okay, well, I've had about enough of the rain and the wind. How about you?
Getting a little chilly.
Look, we did a 180 this morning and said, you know what? Saltwater's not going to work today. Weather, high tide, whatever, couldn't launch the boat. Hey, let's go run to the lake. We literally thought, we just go play with some trout.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we started getting into these kokanee and a couple of things we learned. So this morning they wanted bigger presentation.
They did. They did. The big presentation right off the bat, man.
And yeah, and it was shallow. We did not catch a fish deeper than 24, 25 feet.
And on the surface.
And on the surface, letting it out a couple times, they're grabbing. And we downsized our presentation, went back to smaller lures with gold, spinner blades, mid-afternoon for the afternoon here. Bite really died off.
It died big time.
Noon, 1 o'clock.
Probably.
Yeah, it was pretty good. So nice surprise and decent sized kokanee for March 31st.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't anticipate this. I thought if we got a couple kokanee, we'd be doing okay. So
I can't wait to smoke some of these up.
yeah, these are going to be great. And we got a whole season to look forward to. These things are going to continue to grow by June, July. Could be some great kokanee fishing out here. So
You haven't been here, but you know it. You've heard the sounds, smelt the air, and seen where your heart lands, if not yet. You haven't been here, but you've longed for a destination near or far, where the young and old find rest and excitement, not apart. You haven't been here, but you're on your way to a place not far. ExploreTheDalles.com.
yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, big fish. Yeah, buddy. Nice fish. Oh, beauty. Gorgeous fish.
Bobby's on the board.
We got a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, geez, come on.
Nice fish. Nice fish.
All Defiance boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why all boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. All Defiance boats come standard with large fish boxes that are fully insulated so that you can ice your fish properly all day. All Defiance boats are foam flotation filled and unsinkable for the ultimate in safety while fishing offshore. Before you buy any boat, stop by or call Defiance Boats today to ensure you are getting the very best glass boat your money can buy.
All right, welcome back in studio here. You can't say that.
You can't say what?
Anyway, what'd you think, man? Pretty successful.
Dude, that was awesome.
Surprise there, Bill.
Yeah, I am black-jawed and extremely happy at the same time.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. I mean, things to look forward to. You know, we
absolutely.
get excited about fisheries, Tommy. This is just another one that you're looking at it going, oh my goodness, look at all that halibut bait.
I mean, that's part of it. Yeah. But I mean, that's pretty awesome that I don't think you expected that.
Not at all. I literally thought we were going to catch and release trout and we might find a kokanee. I think even in the kind of the intro, I say, well, we'll go out, kokanee trout and heck, maybe we'll scratch out a kokanee or two.
Yeah.
Sure.
I didn't anticipate that at all.
That is a great surprise.
Outstanding.
Yeah, but it's all about paying attention to what's going on, where you have success, making adjustments. And you hear us through the process, adjusting depth, adjusting profile size, adjusting color. Then we're not getting bit. We scale back on sight. Boom. Next thing you know, we're getting hit again. So complacency is the demise of any fishery.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
And so, and I love your saying, hope is not a plan.
Yep.
Hope is never a plan. So you go in with a plan, you start doing things, and if it's not working, you got to not be complacent. You got to make changes and adjustments.
Well, it's the same thing when you're tuna fishing, right? Because you could be, you're trolling around thinking there's no tuna there.
Right.
All of a sudden you pull in your lines and you've got weeds on all your lines, right? I mean, it's the same thing.
You haven't checked your gear often enough.
You got to be on your game every minute of the day.
Speaking of on your game, don't know if you guys got the memo, Blackmouth opener yesterday.
Yeah.
Winter Blackmouth, April 2nd opener. Confused a lot of folks, including me. And I was wondering how this was going to materialize and if this is something for us to like embrace. Is DFW making the right decision? Let me tell you, Bill, we did not catch a fish yesterday that we could not keep.
And that is 90% of what's going to make this fishery wonderful. You take the encounters way down. That means we get to fish longer. The fish are going to be larger. I know whenever I fished into April, like in the Strait of Juan de Fuca, Port Angeles, or that area, when April showed up is when the springers started popping.
Yeah, for sure.
And all the blackmouth suddenly that were just barely legal 2 months earlier are now 3 and 4 inches bigger and pounds bigger. So later on in the season, it can't only be a positive thing.
Tommy, how often have we talked about we run out of opportunity within a set season because of our encounters with either sublegals or wild fish?
Right. And if you're in the ocean, it could be coho too, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good point.
And, and it just depends. But I mean, so the thing that's going to shut this down is people are catching the quota of legal fish, not sublegals, not wild encounters, but actually the fish that were targeted to be caught. Right. So it doesn't get any better. Even if it only lasts 4 days, 5 days, it's still success when you get to the quota of what you were meant to achieve.
Absolutely. And it is truly a reflection on participation of the fishing fleet. There were a lot of boats out there yesterday. There's a good number of boats out there today. Tomorrow's a Friday. A lot of folks working 410s. I anticipate with the weather forecast for tomorrow, little to no wind. The tide is favorable. There should be a lot of participation tomorrow. Saturday is going to be bonkers, right? So, but you're right. I think we're heading down the right path. If what's closing our fishery is due to the fact we hit our quota, I tip my cap to DFW, say now we're managing correctly.
Right. Yep. Yeah, they moved this season all the way from January now into April, right? And it took 4 years to get there.
4 years.
We moved it incrementally.
Yes.
January to February, March, and now March to April, right? And it finally looks like that time that we're giving those fish to get a little bit bigger is finally paying off.
Totally agree. And so the other thing that was interesting, we were marking a lot of fish yesterday, and there was a lot of suspended fish and schools of fish, albeit smaller markings, but indicative of those have got to be some of the resident coho. And sure enough, we started running out. So I had an issue with one downrigger that I had to repair. So I was running a third rod out the back rod holder, 20 ounces of lead. I'd let it out 100, 120 feet with a small 8-inch flasher and a Brad's Mini Cup plug, Mountain Rose. And that rod picked up 2 resident coho.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
So it's telling me in that 75-foot column, all them fish that we're marking predominantly are probably a lot of resident coho.
Now, we had 6 of them.
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah.
So, 6.
Okay. Yeah. And so that rod was effective. People look at me like I'm absolutely crazy putting a 20-ounce ball at the back, but we can run a 20-ounce ball in the Columbia.
That's right.
Oh boy.
Yep.
If your boat is set up for 2 downriggers and you have enough people on board and want to run a third rod, a rod on lead, I'm not talking like 2 ounces, 4 ounces. Like these fish are at depth. Believe in your electronics. See what you're marking and go down and find out what it is.
Right.
What am I seeing on the and why? Again, just my gain. See that feed band. Look at all them fish swimming up and down on my graph. Right. What is going on there? Well, they're feeding.
Yeah. Right. Now you got those blackmouth right on the bottom.
No, we got them in about 120 feet of water. Bill had set his downrigger at 103 feet with blowback. We're probably down. We figured 90, 95.
Okay.
And I had talked to Matt Messing earlier in the day, and he had said, because we got a little late start, he was like, yeah, we've popped fish at 75, 95, and 200 feet of water.
Wow.
So again, last year we found the same thing. We were out in 250, and we were getting fish suspended at 100 feet. And when we adjusted our electronics to dial in the gain, we realized there's a feed band there.
Right.
There is a thermocline of feed, and those fish are coming up and feed in there. And we're finding those blackmouth. On the deck is a natural go-to, but don't discount the ability to get suspended fish.
Now, I know we're running up against break, but did you cut them open, see what was in their belly?
We had the bigger fish had 1 sand lance in its gut.
Okay.
1.
Okay.
Talked to other guys that looked in bellies. There was no feed, nothing.
No feed.
Yeah,
Well,
Mario found a couple. They did really well, by the way. Mario and Casey got some really nice sized fish. They found same thing, a couple sand lances in the belly.
Well,
and I can
it was
attest, those
reflective.
fish were plenty fatty, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Delicious.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
For dinner
Well,
tonight?
We didn't see that much bait on the screen.
No, we did not.
So there
We marked more fish than bait all morning long.
Mhm.
So more to come on that. We're going to talk blackmouth for several weeks here because as long as we're out there fishing,
Yeah.
it's the topic of the town. So, okay, jumping out for a quick break, coming back with some very interesting information you all need to hear about.
The Northwest premier upland bird hunting destination. Located along the beautiful Umatilla River in eastern Oregon. Fully guided bird hunts with expert guides and top-notch dogs. Enjoy comfortable accommodation and gourmet meals at the Riverview Lodge. Book your sensational hunting experience with Horseshoe Curve Outdoors.
Start your outdoor adventure at Sportgo and Outdoor Emporium, 2 locations with the best selection of name brand outdoor gear at affordable warehouse pricing. Over 60,000 different items to fit in your adventure, like Gamakatsu fishing gear, premium grade high carbon steel hooks, Gamakatsu custom designed fillet and boning knives to tackle and storage containers. Gamakatsu, simply the best. Maximize your outdoor adventure with the right gear at Sportgo and Outdoor Emporium, Fife and Seattle.
All right, welcome back. So, Tommy, we're looking at out of the lawmakers in Olympia, budget cuts, fee increases, and for me, frustration. So, we're anticipating a 38% fee increase, which we are on board with and kind of understand with everything going on with that and what we potentially could lose. So, they're coming after us for more money. If the new bill becomes law, Senate Bill 5583, that would take effect July 1st, 2025. They want more money from us to keep programs going.
They do. And that 38% increase, right? They kind of had us up against the ropes. There wasn't really a whole lot we could do with that.
Yep.
Because what was at risk is, reducing our hatchery programs, which is not acceptable. They're already shortcut as is.
Yep.
And then also, losing our pheasant release program as well.
Yep.
And so, and then the other way to look at this, right, is we haven't really had that fee increase for 10 to 11 years, and let's face it, in the last 5 years, we've seen a step function increase in inflation on the order of 25%. So there is that as well.
So I'm glad you mentioned that because we're willing to pay the money if we can maintain the programs, retain the programs. We're not looking for anything additional. We just want to maintain what we have.
Tread water, baby.
I want to clarify. There's a lot of misinformation out there, right? Everybody says, "Oh, those fee increases," and it just goes into the general fund. Well, by law, license fees generated or monies generated from license sales cannot go into the general fund by law for the state coffers just to do what they will. It goes into the wildlife account for program management. I want everybody to understand that and quit putting that out there because it's false. Secondly, the issue is that the same legislators who are now going after us for this fee increase, which is going to happen, 38%, they also, both the state house nor the Senate proposed in their budget any monies to fund WDFW next year and for the years after to have monies and resources to continue a very successful program. What I'm talking about is the Skagit Sauk Spring Steelhead opportunity and program that they've built. They've taken years to bring this back. We're talking about a recovery of wild steelhead, a catch and release. Both the state and the tribes working cohesively monitoring this very closely and allowing us to recreationally look forward to that year in and year out.
Thank you.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, and part of that ask, right, was $1.6 million.
Yes.
For really salmon and steelhead monitoring, right?
Yes.
Part of that was a quicksilver portfolio.
Yes.
We know that goes to wild steelhead spawning and monitoring, right? And we know that if we don't have monitoring, that means that we're not going to fish.
If they don't get the funds for monitoring, you're correct. They will shut that down. Now, here is my gripe on this is we're going to pay the extra money to maintain programs that we want. They didn't even have the audacity to put this in within the budget to say, oh, by the way, DFW's asking for $1.6 million. Here's why. Yes, we all agree. Very successful program. The community surrounding those areas, there's a lot of value in that. And from beyond, because people come from all over.
It's a destination fishery.
So real quick, before we run out of the time here, we need everybody, and I mean everybody, contact your legislators and get their ear. Let them know that they need to be in support of this. Bring it to the budget and put it in there and say, doggone it, stop removing our programs. Quit asking us for more money and stop reducing our programs. We just want status quo.
Yep.
Yes.
We're going to pay the money. You guys put it in the budget. You give DFW the $1.6 million to get this done because we want to continue to fish those wild steelhead. Takes pressure off the coast, spreads out the pressure. It's good for everybody. It's a huge win. Now they're just pushing it aside because nobody on those committees gives a crap and they don't fish.
That's right.
And I'm tired of it.
Yep.
Contact your legislators and let them know. We're out for a break. We'll be right back.
Allied, the new leader in heavy gauge aluminum boats. Allied boats have standard reverse chine and lifting rakes to help you plane faster and run at lower RPMs. Allied boats have several models to choose from, ranging from a 19-foot Mustang all the way up to a 32-foot Liberator. So regardless of what type of heavy gauge aluminum boats you are looking for, Allied Boats will have it for you. Contact Allied Boats today to learn more about these incredible fishing machines.
You haven't been here, but you know it. You've heard the sounds, smelt the air, and seen where your heart lands, if not yet. You haven't been here, but you've longed for a destination near or far. A place where discovery and history thrive for young eyes and old alike. You haven't been here, but you're on your way to a place not far. ExploreTheDalles.com.
All right, so there we are. We're back, and yeah,
I like my socks.
A little fired up. Yeah, by the way,
I like my socks.
Bronchitis Bill. Bronchitis Bill didn't get the memo. Like we wear shoes in this environment. That's okay.
We're not supposed to wear shoes in the house, man.
So looking forward to tomorrow. As we started talking early in the show, the weather is going to be phenomenal. I am anticipating a number of boats out there. But hey, Bill, as you said, there's a lot of room.
There's plenty. Hey, we're Brewster trained. We can do that.
You survived Brewster. You can fish anywhere.
We'll be good.
I'm real excited about the fact you're in the boat.
Yeah,
picking up mom and dad. Woohoo! 83 and 85. Getting the folks on some blackmouth. Gonna watch mom land a Chinook. Now she's 4'11", 5 foot with the hair, and we'll give her a solid 5 feet. She's using 10.5-foot rods, Tommy. So
that's great.
It's phenomenal. Who doesn't want to get their parents out when they're still so active? I told them, get up, take the Livingston, get out to American Lake, because they do. As everybody knows, follows the show, mom and dad fish American Lake and love the kokanee fishing. I'm like, it's already happening. Told my dad those kokanee came from where it was.
Did not believe you.
Did not believe me.
He did not believe you.
I had to tell him twice. So
I didn't believe it when Jordan sent me the picture. I go, where'd you get these?
Yep. So getting them out, and we're gonna have 5 folks on board. That means, Bill, we got our work cut out for us. We got to put 5 in the box.
Synchronized dancing tomorrow.
There you go.
And any resident coho we catch, we're keeping.
Absolutely.
We tossed them back yesterday, but boy,
I'm eating them.
If you have not eaten a resident coho, you're missing out.
Yeah.
Meat as red as coconut, or as
like Tommy's hat.
Like Tommy's hat.
You know it.
Fantastic. Bronchitis Bill, I want to thank you for hanging out. Always a pleasure. We'll buy you shoes for your birthday. And
okay, about time.
Tommy, we'll do it again next week.
Amen.
We have some hunting news that's frustrating.
We do.
We're going to delve into next week. Get out this weekend, through the week, whatever. Get something done. Weather's going to be beautiful. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time right here at Fish on Northwest.